Oh, come on! The taste of respect, ladies.
He can read between the lines.
The tour, we've returned.
Oh my god.
What we've got here is not an ugly liquor.
I don't want you touching it with those hands. Those ugly.
My nail.
All right, we got the Bird Dog Maple Whiskey.
Bird Dog.
Tell them about it.
Bird Dog Maple Whiskey. So recently we did the peach. Enjoyed it greatly. Again, something we talked about during that episode that I want to talk about now, and you just brought it up, is that
You're ugly.
yes, but in addition to that,
God.
when whiskeys or vodkas or whatever do their flavors, and they water them down to a 35-30 range or whatever,
Right.
we've discussed how that's, we don't
A little
like
unfair.
that. It's unfair. This is 40%.
That's classic whiskey.
I like that,
Classic whiskey.
and I like the fact that, you know, we'll see if they do it well or not, but regardless, 40% alcohol, and from Bowling Green, Kentucky, the Three Springs Bottling Company, bottled for Western Spirits by Three Springs Bottling.
Nice leaf on there.
Maple leaf.
Right.
Not to be confused.
This smells
Canada.
way more like whiskey than the other one. Sorry.
Whiskey.
Mixed
Way more
bananas.
like whiskey.
Yeah, but I get that maple. I do get that maple.
I do too, but coming from the other
Well,
one,
because I do. I remember the peach one, and it wasn't overwhelmingly peach.
particularly the smell. The taste was a.
I mean, you still get the.
There's maples
You
in
can
there.
definitely smell it, but it smells. It has a more of a whiskey smell than the other one.
More of a whiskey.
Way more of a whiskey taste.
Yeah.
Bless you.
I think I went up the wrong. What the fuck was that?
That was a sneeze.
I know it was a sneak.
But it was.
Well, I mean, okay.
I feel like it was caused by that.
Way more of a whiskey flavor.
Yeah.
Way more.
Yeah.
Now, with that said,
I like it.
with that said, okay, I want to say
I like the Bird Dog whiskey.
that's exactly what I was going to say. This base whiskey, whatever it is, for how cheap it is really actually pretty good.
There's less maple flavor than both the Jim Beam and the Crown Royal.
Yes. But with that said, could you still pour this over ice and taste the maple in addition to a decent whiskey? Yeah, you could. I could totally drink this. And I used to be like her and just hate whiskey taste.
I like whiskey.
I used to hate it. I don't mind it now. It's not my favorite, but I don't mind it.
Barf over there.
Well, it's just like
It's
it
whiskey.
makes you like
It's
like you get the weird burn.
yes.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does
It's
look
wonderful.
You can taste whiskey.
Yeah,
No doubt
it
about it.
tastes like whiskey with a hint of maple syrup. The other one tastes like maple syrup with a hint of whiskey. And
I'm
that's why I
actually-
liked it.
That's true.
That's why I liked it
That
so
is true.
much.
I'm
in all
actually having a
honesty.
hard time figuring out a rating for this, and the reason why is because
Because I like the whiskey.
right. I respect this even a little more than the last one that we did because of the alcohol content, of the
5%
fact-
higher alcohol.
5% higher. In addition to that, they obviously did not go for let's just make this sweet as fuck and taste just like maple syrup.
Yeah.
They went for this is whiskey, but let's
got
have
a
a maple
thing.
flavor.
It's got a maple thing in it.
So it's hard for me to knock that. I respect that.
They're different beasts, I would say.
Totally different.
This,
yeah.
if you like
Yeah.
whiskey with a hint of maple, maybe the Jim Beam if you like maple with a hint of whiskey.
Right.
Right.
True. Yeah. Very
Yeah,
true. Very
honestly.
true.
Yeah.
And this is from what I remember of like the Crown Royal one. It was more like the Jim Beam one, less like this one. You could taste the whiskey a little bit, but Crown Royal is as Canadian whiskeys are. It's sort of a smooth thing. I mean, that's pretty much what they go for.
Yeah.
As opposed to bourbon, doesn't necessarily. I mean, a good bourbon will be a slightly smooth flavor, but it's a pungent flavor. You can taste bourbon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it. I'm actually gonna go with an 8. It is less. Did I give that one an 8 or an 8.5?
8. We were 8 5.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give it the same thing. I think I'm gonna give it an 8 because I respect what it does the same. I could drink either of them interchangeably in the sense that I can't necessarily say I like one more than the other. I like both of what they do, but they're totally different. They really are, but I can't say that
I would
like
be
one
more
than-
likely to mix this. If
Yeah.
I was going to try to mix it, I don't know what I would mix it with.
true.
But,
That one you
and
can
that's
just
also part of it being just more whiskey flavor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would mix this with.
I mean, I could definitely rock it on ice just because I like whiskey.
Aunt Jemima, maybe?
Yeah, right, yeah. Mix it with Aunt
There you
Jemima.
go.
I'm gonna hit it with an 8.
7.5. Just
7.5?
because I'm a
Not
a
into
whiskey.
whiskey.
So 7.5 to 8.
I feel like she's being generous over there.
Well, I mean, I was an 8.5 on the other, so I
Yeah.
feel like 7.5 is a fair. Because the thing is like you get the maple
Yeah,
here.
it's in there.
And
It's
if I
whiskey
liked
flavor.
whiskey more, I would totally
Yeah.
be into this. But it's just I don't
I hear
want
ya.
to. I don't want
I hear
to
ya.
count it out because I'm not a huge whiskey fan.
I feel you, dog.
We're gonna have to pour these on pancakes and see how that goes sometime.
Yes.
That
I think the Jim Beam would be more suited to
I
that.
think the Crown Royal,
Yeah.
from what I remember, would be good
Yeah.
too. So anyway, this is the Bird Dog Maple Flavored Whiskey, 40% alcohol, 2 8.0s and a 7.5. Check it out. Taste Tour will be back. Thanks for joining us, and keep on doing that clicking.
Yep.